Each morning, you wake as if stepping into another loop that repeats endlessly. Work fills your thoughts. Invisible pressures tighten around you, with no clear exit. You wonder why you always feel as though you are running in circles without ever reaching a destination. You try to change. You try to shift your life in a new direction. Yet somehow, everything remains the same. That feeling is not yours alone. Nearly all of us have passed through moments like this. You want to break through. You want to step beyond the invisible walls that keep you from living the life you dream about. But the harder you push, the stronger the pull backwards becomes. It is like a bird attempting to fly out of a cage, unaware that the door has long been closed. Every day begins to feel programmed. The same thoughts, the same habits, the same decisions, all looping back on themselves. You start to sense that something unseen is guiding your life, something that shapes your patterns without your awareness. Triet Tam calls this the Matrix. It is an invisible network made of your habits, your beliefs, and the mental patterns that have settled deep within your subconscious. It is not a digital world like the ones shown in science fiction. It is a system built slowly through your experiences, your upbringing, and the expectations you absorbed when you were young. The Matrix hides in every choice and every thought, like a thin veil covering your reality. Yet there is one truth that matters more than anything else. You are not doomed to remain trapped inside this matrix. It is not destiny. It is not permanent. You have the power to break the loop and reclaim authority over your life. In this journey, Triet Tam will reveal the tools and methods that help you recognize your limits, reprogram your mind, and choose a path that is truly your own. The matrix is formed from unconscious beliefs and patterns that shape how you see yourself, how you interpret the world, and what you believe is possible or impossible. You did not choose these beliefs willingly. They were installed into you through surroundings, education, and early experiences. If you heard phrases like, "You are not good enough," or "Success only comes to the lucky," those messages sink deep and eventually become limiting beliefs. The matrix does not appear all at once. It is built piece by piece. Your family is the first place where these mental patterns are installed. Think about the familiar phrases you once heard. Do not do that. People will laugh at you. Do not dream too big. You'll be disappointed. Or, you will never succeed. You cannot change. These messages quietly form the foundations of the matrix. Society then strengthens it through expectations and silent rules. Perform well in school, get a stable job, marry at the proper age. Any deviation is judged quickly. Over time, you begin to impose these same expectations on yourself. You fear being rejected. You fear falling short. You begin living according to standards that were never truly yours. Media and social networks reinforce this matrix further. They present images of the ideal life, the ideal body, the ideal achievements. You begin chasing standards that have nothing to do with your authentic self. In a world overflowing with information, where notifications never stop and perfection appears everywhere online, mental health becomes more fragile than ever. The modern matrix arises not only from old beliefs, but also from technology, pressure, and the pace of contemporary life. Managing stress, reducing digital overload, and finding inner balance are no longer optional. They are essential if you want to escape the loop. These patterns do more than simply exist in your mind. They influence your emotions, choices, and behaviors. When you are unaware of the matrix, you become its victim. Your thoughts narrow. You automatically doubt yourself before an opportunity because old beliefs whisper, "I am not good enough," or "I do not deserve this." You feel guilty for failing to meet expectations that were never truly yours. You remain stuck in behaviors that no longer serve you. Perhaps you stay in a job you dislike because you think stability is always the safest choice. You avoid new challenges because fear of failure has been coded into you. You slowly lose connection with yourself. You forget what you genuinely desire. You may achieve many things, yet still feel empty because none of it aligns with your true values. To understand how the matrix gains such control, you must look deeper into the way beliefs and mental patterns are programmed and activated. The matrix functions like an automatic system. When you face a situation, you often react not with conscious awareness, but with old scripts that have been installed long ago. When an important decision appears, you search for external approval instead of trusting your own voice. The most unsettling part is that the matrix hides itself. You often believe these thoughts and choices are your own, unaware that they are simply echoes of old conditioning. The question arises, can you escape the matrix? The answer is yes. The matrix is not fate. Once you notice its presence, you gain the ability to rewrite its patterns. When you understand its mechanisms, you can dismantle the loop, choose new beliefs, and create a life aligned with your true nature. Just as healing begins with recognizing the illness, transformation begins with recognizing the matrix. Living inside the matrix does not only trap your thoughts, it also shapes your behavior in subtle but powerful ways. You begin repeating old habits even when they no longer help you. You may remain in a job that brings no joy simply because you believe stability is the only safe path. You may fear new challenges because the fear of failure has been deeply imprinted in your mind. You might continue certain routines not because they reflect who you are, but because they align with who you were taught to be. This creates a life that feels predictable, yet unfulfilling. Over time, these patterns make you lose connection with your authentic self. You start living for expectations rather than truth. You try to meet the standards imposed by family, society, or the world around you. You may achieve milestones that everyone praises, yet inside, something feels missing. You sense a quiet emptiness because these achievements do not reflect your real desires or values. Even when surrounded by others, you may still feel alone, not because no one is there, but because you have become distant from your own inner voice. This raises a deeper question. How does the matrix operate so effectively without your awareness? It functions like a hidden program inside your mind. Whenever you face a situation, your response often arises automatically, guided by old patterns rather than conscious choice. Instead of pausing, breathing, and choosing with intention, you act based on the beliefs that have been installed within you since childhood. When confronted with an important decision, you may seek external validation because the matrix has taught you not to trust yourself. The most troubling part is that you often believe these thoughts and decisions are truly yours, unaware that they are simply echoes of past conditioning. But the truth remains, you can break free. The matrix is not a destiny. It is not a sentence you must accept for life. It is a system, and systems can be rewritten. Once you develop the awareness to see it clearly, the illusion loses its power. You can begin replacing old patterns with new ones. You can create a life that reflects your true nature instead of your old conditioning. However, escaping the matrix requires more than desire. It requires tools, methods, and consistent practice. The first tool is intentional visualization. Your subconscious mind does not distinguish between something real and something imagined with enough clarity and emotion. The images you repeatedly hold in your mind become instructions that your subconscious begins to accept as truth. To use visualization effectively, choose a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position. Close your eyes and take slow, deep breaths. Then imagine in vivid detail the life you desire. See it, hear it, feel it. The clearer the image, the deeper it penetrates your subconscious. Do not just imagine the events, feel the emotions of living that reality. Joy, confidence, peace. These emotions are the fuel that activates transformation. Visualization is powerful because it rewires the subconscious. When you repeatedly send signals of the reality you want, your subconscious begins aligning your thoughts, actions, and opportunities toward that vision. It is not magic. It is mental programming. It directs your focus and shifts your energy toward what you want to create. The second tool is positive affirmation. Words carry tremendous power. The statements you repeat shape the beliefs your subconscious adopts. Negative beliefs like, "I am not capable," or "I do not deserve success," act as chains in your mind. But affirmations break these chains by replacing them with stronger, empowering beliefs. Your affirmations must be clear, specific, positive, and written in a way that reflects the reality you desire. Avoid using negative structures. Instead of saying, "I do not want to fail," say, "I am worthy of success." Instead of, "I do not want to make mistakes," say, "I learn and grow from every challenge." Instead of, "I do not want financial stress," say, "I attract abundance and manage my finances wisely." The best times to repeat the affirmations are early in the morning and right before sleep. When the mind is relaxed and open, speak them slowly. Feel them as if they are already true. Your subconscious responds most effectively when emotion is present. Affirmations reshape your inner dialogue, breaking the loop of negative thinking. They open you to new possibilities, new confidence, and new energy. They help you see yourself and the world with fresh eyes. The third tool is gratitude. Gratitude shifts your attention toward what is positive and meaningful in your life. It opens your heart and attracts more goodness. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. They do not need to be grand. They can be simple and ordinary. A meal that nourished you, a kind word from someone, a peaceful moment alone. What matters is the sincerity of the feeling. Write them slowly. Let the emotion expand inside you. Gratitude changes your mental state. It softens fear. It quiets tension. It awakens appreciation for what you already have. And as you focus on the positive, you begin noticing more positive things around you. The fourth tool is emotional anchoring. This method helps you stabilize your emotional state during difficult moments. An anchor can be a gesture, a word, or an image that you associate with a positive emotion. Choose the emotion you want to access: confidence, peace, courage. Then associate it with a physical action, such as placing your hand on your chest, touching your thumb and index finger together, or repeating a short word like clarity or calm. When you are in a genuinely positive emotional state, activate your anchor. Repeat it several times so that your subconscious links the gesture with the desired feeling. Later, when you face stress or fear, use your anchor to shift your emotional state. It acts like a switch, helping you return to balance and clarity. Professional performers and actors use emotional anchoring to enter powerful emotional states quickly and authentically. You can use this same technique to navigate daily challenges with strength and intention. These tools are not temporary tricks. They are foundations that help you escape the matrix and build a new reality. They require patience and consistency, but the transformation they bring is profound and lasting. These tools are only the beginning. They are not theories, nor distant ideas meant to inspire briefly and then fade. They are practical steps designed to break the patterns that have kept you inside the matrix for years. But to create lasting change, you must integrate them into your daily life. Transformation requires consistency. Just as a seed needs water and sunlight each day, your mind needs steady nurturing to grow beyond old limitations. The small actions you repeat shape the reality you live. What seems insignificant today becomes powerful over time. Imagine tending to a garden. You remove weeds, water the soil, and protect each new sprout. Day by day, the garden changes. It becomes greener, stronger, more alive. Integrating these tools works the same way. Every moment of awareness, every affirmation, every breath of gratitude slowly rewires your inner world. The outer world then follows. It may feel unfamiliar at first. You may question whether these practices can truly change your life. But consider the alternative, remaining in the patterns that have confined you for years. The consequences of staying trapped inside the matrix are not small. They affect your mental well-being, your choices, your relationships, and your ability to feel fulfilled. Change becomes necessary, not optional. Start by creating a simple daily plan, a small structure that anchors your intention. In the morning, when your mind is still quiet, practice intentional visualization for 5 to 10 minutes. Imagine a day filled with clarity, confidence, and purpose. Picture yourself handling every challenge with ease and ending the day with gratitude. Let the images and feelings breathe inside you. Then follow with your affirmations for 3 to 5 minutes. Repeat statements that support the life you want to build. Speak them slowly. Feel the truth inside the words. This morning practice sets your mental and emotional tone for the entire day. During the afternoon or in stressful moments, use your emotional anchor to stabilize yourself. Place your hand over your heart, press your fingers together, or whisper your chosen word. Allow it to bring you back to center. If possible, pause briefly to acknowledge 1 or 2 things you are grateful for in that moment. These small recognitions keep your mind aligned with what is positive and meaningful. In the evening, before sleep, spend a few minutes writing down 3 things you are grateful for. Reflect on moments that brought value to your day, however small they may seem. Close your eyes and visualize your long-term goals already achieved. Feel the pride, peace, and fulfillment as if they were happening now. This practice prepares your subconscious to work in your favor throughout the night. At the end of each week, take time to review your experiences. Notice what helped you stay centered and what drew you back into old patterns. Adjust your plan with compassion and clarity. Change does not occur overnight, but each step you take alters the path beneath your feet. Consistency is the key. Do not judge yourself harshly if you miss a day. Simply return to your practice the next morning. Encourage yourself gently. Growth takes patience. By integrating visualization, affirmation, gratitude, and emotional anchoring into your routine, you do not just escape the matrix. You rebuild your mind from the inside out. You reshape the beliefs that once held you back. You cultivate strength, clarity, and emotional resilience. And slowly, your external life begins to reflect the transformation happening within you. These tools become the foundation for a new way of living. They guide you toward a mindset where you no longer feel controlled by fear, doubt, or old patterns. You begin to move with intention rather than habit. You learn to listen to your inner guidance instead of external expectations. And with each passing day, you step closer to the person you were always meant to become. You have reached the end of this journey, but it is only the beginning of your transformation. Throughout this exploration, you have uncovered the hidden mechanisms that shaped your thoughts, your beliefs, and your choices. You have learned how the matrix quietly influenced your life and how you can reclaim your power from it. Through intentional visualization, you awaken your subconscious to new possibilities. Through affirmations, you replace limiting beliefs with empowering truths. Through gratitude, you open your heart to abundance and meaning. Through emotional anchoring, you access stability and calm, even in difficult moments. These practices, when repeated consistently, reshape not only your thoughts, but your entire relationship with life. They help you reclaim your sense of agency. They help you break the old patterns that once defined you. And most importantly, they guide you toward living with clarity, purpose, and authenticity. You hold the key to rewriting your story. You are capable of building a life that aligns with your values, your dreams, and your inner truth. Trust in that possibility. Continue practicing, continue choosing awareness over automatic patterns. Each day becomes a step toward freedom. If these insights have brought value to you, consider offering your support. Leave a like, follow the channel, and enable notifications so you will not miss any future content. Share this message with someone who may also be searching for direction or healing. Together, we can move toward a more conscious and meaningful life. Thank you for listening, and may you and your loved ones always be surrounded by peace, strength, and clarity.